You know, I really, really love Power Rangers. I've been watching since Wild Force and have continued watching ever since. And while watching this year's 25th anniversary special and drinking a big old can of Golden Bear Lemonade, it's just really good, okay? I like mentioning as much as I can because I get them for like 58 cents where I am. But, anywho, I decided to look back at an old childhood favorite of mine. Mainly because I had nothing else really to play at the time because I was poor, and lol, I still am. Yeah. After playing Legacy Wars, I decided to check out Power Rangers SPD for the Game Boy Advance. Now this game, it's not really a full game. It's akin to more something like a snack, or a light breakfast. It'll get you some good time, but, it won't really leave you feeling satisfied like a goddamn Snickers bar. But, you know, it does actually have some really good gameplay, some really good variety, and oh my gosh, it actually tries to be true to the TV show and includes civilian powers, which, you know, was a Disney era thing that every Disney show had to do for some reason. But we actually get to see them use them in the suits in this game, which is really, really nice. Now, let's actually go into our review and take a look at Power Rangers SPD for the Game Boy Advance. And, you know, this is my first time actually, you know, editing a review, so, who knows how well this will actually go. So, before getting into the real meat and potatoes of this game, I'm going to be talking about the vehicle stages in this game, and they're not very good at all, really. I'm gonna first, talk about Bridge's vehicle sections. Bridge, if you don't know, he's the Green Ranger for this season, and his vehicle stages in this game are just literally Missile Command from the Atari 2600 days. They're not terrible stages, mind you, but they're just really just, you could be playing a better version of this kind of game stage. And that really kind of sums up a lot of these vehicle stages, including the next stages I'm going to be talking about in a minute here, because, so, the other 4 vehicle sections are literally the same thing with a different skin. We have red, pink, and yellows swords being able to be played as, and you just have to get to the end. The 4th one, however, is Rick the dog, which, yes, Rick is a good boy. He's a very, very good boy. Your objective in these stages is to get to the end as fast as possible within the time limit. Or, you know, just not die, because on easy it's like really, really easy. But, you only really have one real power-up in this, and it's to go fast. And that's your only ability, and you have to avoid things, and that's it. That's really all there is to this. I really can't go that far in depth into this. It's not good, it's okay, it's a good way to break up some of the pacing within the stages. But, yeah, I wouldn't really recommend playing these repeatedly. So, yeah, while editing this, I kind of forgot about, special time thing from the Megazord levels, and I'm just gonna put a warning here that it gets kind of flashy, and I've been editing this thing because and I've been getting really bad headaches from this, so I am putting a warning up on the screen right now. It should be up on the screen at least. But yeah, I really probably should have remembered this while I was casually playing the game, but oh well, it's up here now, so if you're kind of light sensitive in any kind of way, yeah, I wouldn't really recommend watching like the next minute of this video. Just an FYI, it's gonna be okay, just look away from the screen. I really just okay. And, yeah, look away right about now. So, before we get to the rest of the Rangers and what they do and whatnot, the Megazord battles, I want to talk about them. There's 4 of them in the whole game, and every time you go into them, you get this really, really nice animation of them combining. And then it becomes a pretty okay 2-button fighting game. And by okay, I mean really, really piss easy. You press A to punch, B to kick, down to block, and you try to fill up the purple meter and you get a fucking sword. It fills up gradually, but, you know, you do damage and it fills up faster. These are okay. Actually, I really prefer these to the driving segments because they break up the pace a lot better and require some actual bits of strategy. Unlike, you know, driving around on a straight line, doing nothing. But this kind of just makes me wish that this was a fuller, better, more improved game, like something like Legacy Wars. I mean, Legacy Wars, where, you know, you actually get decent Megazord fights. I mean, it's still simplistic with Legacy Wars, but, you know, at least there's more variety, and it's actually a lot more fun than this. I mean, really, just in general, it's a really good Power Rangers game. So, yeah, let's just go into the Rangers before I make things too, you know, awkward. So, the Rangers section, we're finally here, where a lot of the good stuff is. This stuff kind of also plays a lot of the same way, but it's really, really good. It's a basic, you know, beat-up side-scroller game, but, we're gonna go through all the Rangers and what they can do. Sky here, if you don't know, was the Blue Ranger of the season, and his civilian power was creating shields. But not only that, he was the Red Time Force Ranger's son, and I found that really kind of cool because continuity. Anywho, he can also double jump, which is really, really nice. And he has a really nice combo, and his shield comes in handy a lot more than it probably should. Z, the Yellow Ranger of the season, she can split herself into 3 copies of herself, as well as doing a dodge roll. Her actor, surprisingly enough, is a burlesque dancer now, which is really, really cool. And she's done Power Morphicon a few times, much like a few of the other cast members of the season. But, yeah, that's pretty much all she can do. She can also dodge roll or whatever, but, yeah, that's how she plays. We have Pink trying to actually be Iron Fist over here. Well, actually, she's more like, you know, Kevin Levin from the old Ben 10 Alien Force cartoon, where, you know, he touched matter and he became matter. Sid here, Pink Ranger, she's pretty much the same thing. She pretty much has the same kind of power, and I really can't say more than that other than she can do the dodge roll. And we're gonna go on to Red and talk about him. Jack, the Red Ranger here, is able to wall jump like X from Mega Man and phase through walls like Shadowcat. He's also able to use his fist to attack instead of the other batons the other Rangers have, and even just being really cool and having a jump kick attack, and I just really, really like Jack. Honestly, growing up, Jack was one of my favorite Rangers growing up as a kid, and I was like, it was like 2004-ish, 2003, and I just really, really love him, okay? Our lovely buttery boy Bridge here. If you don't get that joke, you should really watch SPD. It's really good, okay? But, yes, Buttery Boy Bridge. His stages involve, you know, going around collecting things, but uses his civilian power of being able to detect weird energies. And so you just get them all and get to the end of the stage, and then you win. Now, we're going off to the last Ranger, and then I'll give my whole thing about the game and how I feel about it, okay? I'm gonna be slightly less awkward in the next review, hopefully. So, for our last amazing Ranger, we have the incredible Doggy Kruger as the SPD Shadow Ranger. His abilities consist of double jumping, rolling, and even jumping off walls. Even though his stage really doesn't allow for that, he can do it. And, you know, he actually gets to do really cool stuff, like the 1 versus 100 fight that he did in the show, which, ooh, I love it so much. And just, oh my god, this is just okay, I gotta gush. Doggy's just such a good boy. He's a good boy, okay? all in all, for a licensed Power Rangers Game Boy Advance game, this was really fun to come back and revisit after, I don't know, 5-10 years. I don't know, it's been a long time. But honestly, just the goods outweigh the bads in this game. But it does fall flat in a lot of places, and even though I do love SPD and just Power Rangers itself, it's this game. I said at the beginning of the video, I'm going to say it here. This game is like a snack. And, you know, I'm actually going to give it the rating of a Lunchable out of 10. Now, I don't really like doing number letter grades with reviews and whatnot. Just in general, I've reviewed other things, writing reviews and whatnot. But the reason why I'm giving this game a Lunchables out of 10 is because, much like as a kid, a Lunchables is a perfectly valid meal. You eat it, you get full, that's about it. But, you know, come back to it as an adult, it's not really filling as a game. It's fun, it's different, it's portable, but it's not a full game. It lacks a lot of other things, more levels maybe, make it better. But, you know, as a kid, I could see, you know, myself loving this all over again. And heck, as a kid, I did play this game as a kid. And honestly, if this looks any kind of interesting to you, I honestly suggest going and check it out. And that's all I can really say about this game. It gets a Lunchable out of 10. So, until next time,